Welcome to this week's review. This week I'm just going through fun and I would call them stylish watches in the collection. But these are just simple watches, budget watches that you can wear and just have fun with them. They are not really for everyone's style. These will suit maybe a few people. But I find that especially the four models that I'm about to review, the first ones, Swatch is really a very popular brand because they kind of specialize in fun watches, colorful watches, simple watches here and there. So to start off this week's review, I think we'll start with the Swatch watches. I'll review 4 of them that I have in the collection. Irony V8. The model number is YCS 507G. This has a case diameter of 40 millimeters and it's a chronograph. So I'll just unbuckle it for you to see it. It has a case thickness of 40 millimeters and a case thickness of 12 millimeters. The dial color is silver blue. It's a mix of colors basically. So you'd see on the bezel itself that's black. On the inner bezel it's 2 shades of blue and silver. So one is especially on where the subdials are, it tends to get a bit light blue, and the concentration of blue will be in the full dial. The material is a crystal mineral material made that is used to make the watch. It has rubber straps. This is the simplicity of the watch, just rubber straps, nothing much complicated. And of course the special feature of Swatch watches is usually the character of the back, where the battery is held with this section here, so you can just unscrew it using a coin and be able to access the battery. But other than that, you can't access the case from the back like the normal watches. Is only the battery that you can access from the back. It's really a light watch, that's why I call it a fun watch. It's really light, it's like nothing on your wrist. The water resistance is around 100 feet and the movement is quartz movement. So you can see the small subdial is where the second hand is, and the chronograph second is represented by the main second hand movement. So it's the only difference with the or what I would say is difference with the other ones that I'll review basically is just a twitch in the model number and basically the functions. But this is a date display like the other ones I'll review. It glows in the dark like the other ones that I'll review. And other than that, I would consider it among the fun watches. You can just wear, can fit both adults and children, you know, ladies and gentlemen all can wear this watch, can be used for any function. But I don't find it useful to be done or worn in official duties or official functions. So it's just a watch that is for fun basically during the weekend, when you're clubbing or any sort of that, you can easily rely on this watch. So we'll start our week's review. It's a very beautiful watch to look at first of all, and they're really cheap in the market, range between $100 to $200 depending with again how far the owner has been able to maintain them. The straps are easily changeable. Of course, when you have a mix of fun with this watch, you can change the straps to any color that you want. But I find that the white with the silver and the black, and of course the silver blue, the dial, really amplifies the fun part of it. So this is the second one. Again, not much difference from the one I reviewed, especially on what material has been used. What I didn't fail to mention on the one that I've reviewed is that the glass is made of plastic, but this is real glass. In fact, it has a cyclops, as you can see. There's a cyclops here. So basically, this is again another Irony. Same features as the one I've reviewed. Of course, you can see the back, the character of Swatch watches. The strap is still rubber, but this one has a black dial. It has a mix of again 3 shades of black, should I say. There's a dark black here, and then there's sort of a grayish black on the dial itself. But if you see the numbers, where the 4 and the 12 and the 8 is also another different shade of black, and these are all now coming together to give this watch the fun part. Again, you'll see the silver on the case. with the, again, as I mentioned, the rubber straps. So this one has also 40 millimeters case thickness, same as case diameter, and also 12 millimeter case thickness. It also glows in the dark, and then just a normal chronograph function, like the movement is Quartz, so normal chronograph and all that. So it's just a fun watch. They've mixed a bit of colors here, the orange on the subdials, a bit of just orange and there, just to mix the fun. So these are watches that can be easily worn and had fun with because of their simplicity and everything they present. Another swatch, let me just remove it. So this is called the Swatch Irony Chronograph, as you can see. So this is an, again, I can say it's an oblique white. I'll review another of the same model, but this is an oblique white, model number YC550G. It's also a chronograph. It's also a dead display. But then there's a mix of the straps, again, white, silver, and then shades of black here and there, and then the off-white, or should I say the off-white on the dial, again gives it the definition of why I say it's fun. 40 millimeters case diameter and a case thickness of 12 millimeters, a water resistance of 3 bars, and also glows in the dark, although not as much so, because the material that glows on the hour and the minute hand, you can see not really big sections, so not really the glow that you'd expect as compared to the others. The rubber straps, the fun of it is that the rubber straps do not really have like holes in them. You would see the spaces that are meant for the holes, apart from this one that I really have been using. This is my now says of my wrist, because they're quite stretchy, so it's been able to poke through, but generally they are sealed, so it's like a protective mechanism for the rubber, and you can see even from the back. But once you put in the buckle, this will just pierce through. It's like they've created an allowance for that, so just for the display and everything else. So a fun watch, again, another one that I consider fun and a stylish watch in the collection. I'll move on to, so this is another swatch. This is my favorite. I think of the 4 that I've reviewed, this is easily my favorite because of the colors, mix of blue straps, and then the contrast of black on the dial and the subdials, and the crown here. So this is the Swatch Irony. It's a chrono adrenaline. The model number is YCS4001. Of course, it's a chronograph, a date display only. It has a quartz movement. It's housed in an aluminium structure. It's not the stainless steel. This is aluminium, very light, and also a mix of the glass is plastic. This is plastic glass, not like the previous one I reviewed, which is actually glass. This is plastic. And then silver here and there on the back, although it's a dull silver, not really, I would say, I would call it even aluminium. It's an aluminium feel, not necessarily a silver feel. The mix of black, as I mentioned. And what I like about Swatch is just the simplicity. Not really a complicated way of attaching the straps. No pins, no nothing. Like not the normal pins you're used to. This is just a direct mechanism where you put the pin on one end and then attach the straps. Of course, the buckle, again, the pin buckle, and then the how this strap has these grooves. This is something else that just grips on your wrist. That's why it qualifies to be a fun watch in the collection. I started doing the Swatch collection not many months ago. I still am not convinced that I can easily go full out and get the Swatch watches. I mean the whole collection, like have a full collection of maybe, let's say, Timex. I think I'll stop at that for the Swatches. I just wanted to experience them and see how they are in comparison to other watches and what people have been saying about them. I mean, I talked to one of my friends one time back, and he told me that Swatches are just plastic. So I tend to agree with him, but they are fun watches and they are cheap, they are affordable. Why not? That's why one of the reasons why I got these watches. So just admire the looks as we move on to the next watch in the review. Next watch is this Fossil, which has a very good color. This is the Fossil Breaker. The model number is FS6064. It has a quartz movement and a date display only. The display here is crystal, and that just makes the looks of the watch even better. The dial color is blue. I was looking for another shade of blue that I couldn't find, so this was the only available one. There was this, and there was a white dial when I was buying them, so I chose blue because I didn't have a deep blue like this one, but I wanted something like a marina blue, which was not available in the collection. Those ones, I'm told, are the ones that are easily, like, they are bought often, so I really settled with this one. It has a rotating bezel, as you can see. Solid noise from the bezel rotating. It has a case diameter of 42 millimeters and a case thickness of 13 millimeters. The stainless steel strap is quite chunky, as you can see. It's quite chunky and quite solid. I like the solidness of it. And then you can say that the locking mechanism is a solid one also. It has two safety measures. So there's the button to unlatch, and then the pin to actually latch. So quite a solid watch, a fun watch, you know. Yeah, I would say it's also something that can be worn officially, and you can also have fun with it. It's quite a sporty watch, although it lacks the chronograph or any other function apart from the date, but I quite like it. It's a simple watch, and it fits this description of being included in the video where I'm talking about the fun watches in the collection. So I will move on to the next watch. Next watch is actually new. I have two pieces of this watch. I got them not more than 2 weeks ago. I haven't removed them because they don't fit the normal way which I display my watches. You will understand when I open why I'm talking about that. So this watch is called the Dakota Microlight. It's a military watch. So let me open it. I'm not even taking the film off. So this is how the watch is. I will just remove the film because I've not even removed the film when I bought it. Still quite new. So the first process of removing the film. So this is a military watch, and it's a functional, I would say a tactical or a functional watch. Let me show you why. So the simple reason why I say it's a military watch, one, it has the flashlight. You can see on top there's a microlight here which you activate by clicking this crown on the left. It's not really that bright of a light. It is bright, to be honest, if you see it in relation to the size of the bulb or the size of the light. It's quite small, but it has a good brightness. Again, it has a light to actually light up the dial, the glow. Although it's not as strong as this one, it's quite faint, but you can see there's some light. When I move closer, there's some light on the dial, and then it also has afterglow, so it glows. Even now you can see the light is glowing. So this just means that it can function well in the dark, and you can use it. And then you can see the functionality of how you can attach it. This, you can attach it to your camping bag, you can attach it to your trousers, you can attach it to your shorts. Anyway, this is why it functions to, or for me, I think it's a tactical watch or a military watch. You cannot really use it in the strap as you usually have the other watches. You can also use it, you can hang it maybe on your neck using any form of material you want to use, but it's quite heavy. It's quite heavy. The material is solid steel. It can also actually be used to hit something. When you want to break something small, this can be used. It's quite heavy. The material is solid. It has a quartz movement, a 42 millimeters case diameter. Other than that, no other function I would say from it. Solid crown, but the light is what amazes me. The different lights, the afterglow, as you can see. It takes a few seconds to light and then goes off. And of course, as I mentioned, this light, the torch, now just to see wherever you're going. Again, the back, solid case. It's a screw back case, so it doesn't come off easily. Then just a mix of colors and whatnot. You can see, so proper solid watch. This is a military watch. So I bought two of these watches. I'm intending to keep one, and then I'll give to one of my friends another one. the same color. They're just the same color, so black with the contrast of silver. But I like the packaging. Package is in a leather case. You can see. So this one of the fun watches, I mean, you can, if you're a camping person, or if you're a person who likes to hike and everything, this can suit your style very well. Another of my stylish and fun watches is this one. This is the Jovial Dual Time. It's a model number 4568G. So by dual time, it means it has two clocks, so you can easily use each clock differently. So on your left here, this is a different clock. You can see a full blown out clock, and also the two main, the hour and the minute. This is another separate clock. So the second hand is here. This serves for the two times, and then it has a date display. So to set the normal style of let's say clock, you just pull the crown twice, and then you set the watch as normal. This is the way you set the normal watch. It doesn't affect the other watch, so this remains on its own time zone. But if you want to set this one now, after you've done set this one, so you hold this button on the other watch will start moving, you see. So if I hold it, it will start moving now to adjust the time to where you want it to be. So that's part of the dual time. So you can set it to two time zones. The date, of course, it's only single date, but it's such a lovely watch, this one. Not really a popular company. I didn't know much about it before I bought this watch, and I've added another Jovial, which I'll also review in this week's video. So I like this one because it's fun. It's a bit confusing for those who don't know what it is, especially setting the dual time and why you need a dual time in the first place. It has a case diameter of 43 millimeters. Not really that thick, but the shape, this sort of curved shape here, just goes around your wrist. Again, fun watch, sports watch you can say, and then you can also use it as a formal watch. So it suits this week's video of the stylish and the fun watches in the collection. So this is one of the most complicated ones I have in the collection. I've tried to actually really understand this watch. I've come up short every single time, especially setting it. You'll understand why. Let me just open it. So this is an Orient multi-year calendar. You can say it's a mechanical contemporary watch. It combines both old school way of functioning and the modern ways of timekeeping. Of course, they keep updating their models. You'll understand why. So by a multi-year calendar, I mean that this watch displays the year, it displays the month, it displays the date and the day. All these functions fit in this single window, which I think is one of the issues that I find complicating, especially setting the watch. I'll just try to show you how it works. So as I said, it combines the functionality of mechanical watch with original designs. And then, of course, the hand winding. So it's an automatic movement, so the hand winding, but it has a screw back crown. So like now the crown is fully open. You can pull the crown to set the time. But these are not chronograph buttons. I will try to explain the functions of them. So this lower crown is for rotating the bezel on the bezel on the inside. So where you want to set your bezel, as you can see, it's moving. So this is one of the complexities of the watch. Again, I'm just trying to understand it. I've been trying to read more about it, but I'm not actually getting to understand the functionality. And you can see on the top side here, if the camera will allow me, you would see the days of the months of the year. So each is paired into different classes. Like you'd find the first window is saying January, October. The second window is May. The third window is August and February. And then the fourth window actually has February, March and November. And then there's June separately. And then there's September and December next. And then finally April, July, January. And then also the days of the month are in this small window, you see, this curved window here. So when you rotate, when you press this top button, that small window will move, as you can see. So just trying to align. So how they say it functions, it's like you have to align the month and the date, and there's a way it's done. I've come up short every time, as I mentioned. And you come to the lower side here, these are the days of the month. So again, clusters. You'd find that if I move this to be able to allow to show you. Okay, that's out of the way. So you'd find that these numbers are 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. I don't understand how it is classified, but basically they run correctly, 1 to 7 on the top side, 8 to 14, but each window is represented differently. So again, another complexity of the watch, but also of course it has a date display. It has a mix of colors. You can see there's red, there's yellow, there's blue, and then the second hand is yellow, and the golden touches on the crown of the Orient, or the logo of the Orient. So the company regularly prepares an updated version of the multi-year calendar, because this years can only run for a maximum of 23 years. Originally they used to run to 20 years, but now they are maximum of 23 years. So when that that year calendar runs out, you just take it to the crown, to the Orient shop or distributor. They change it for free. They change the disc on the inside that now has new numbers that updates now to the year, that allows you to have another 23 years of service with the watch. So they don't charge anything. It's free of charge. So it's a very complex watch. Forgive me for this one. I've taken time to really try to study it. I would like to hear from you guys if you know more about this watch. I like it a lot because of the solidity of it, the locking mechanism, as you can see, 2 safety mechanism. There's the first one, and then the lock to just confirm you've locked it. So it's a wide watch, solid, and sits on your wrist. But again, I find it that it is a fun watch. The dial is dark blue, it's quite dark blue, and then the writing is golden here and there, and then silver on the case, sorry to say. So a fun watch, of course, the engraving of the Orient. So this one is one of the complex one, but it's a stylish and fun watch that belongs into this review. So I'll move on to the other watch. Second jovial that I had mentioned, just admire it. So this is the jovial, it's a classic watch. The model number is 08036 MSL04. It has a case size of 50 millimeters. Now, because the case is sort of rectangular, I don't know if this is what they are measuring from. It's a diagonal measure or any other or horizontal measure, so I don't understand, but it's 50 millimeters. I've not measured it. It has a case thickness of around 7 millimeters, so it's quite a slim watch, this one. The clasp is deployment clasp, as you can see. Still has the wrapper. I have not removed it fully because it's new. So you just can see the style of locking. This is how it locks. So it's such a good clasp for your wrist. And as I mentioned in one of my videos, I'm never comfortable with this type of clasp because it keeps putting pressure on your wrist. But this one I find I'm a bit comfortable with it. Of course, the leather straps. It has an analog movement, but it does not have a second hand movement. So you just set the hour and the minute, and the watch functions well. It has a curved display, as you can see, and also the mix of the Roman numbers, the white and the black, and then the brushed silver finish. So it's such a fun watch. It can be a dress watch, it could be a weekend watch. It fits all that style, and it doesn't cost that much actually. I think this watch is no more than $150. So it fits this week's review among the fun and the style watches I have in my collection. So this is another one of the another style watch, or again I say just a classy watch that I have in a collection. It's fun. So this is the Calvin Klein Eager. It is a chronograph. It's a model number K4B371B6. It has a mix of colors of black and silver, although my colors are faded because I've had this watch for the longest, so the colors are a bit faded. So it, as I said, is a chronograph, but the small subdial here is the main second hand of the watch. It has a date display and a case size of 45 millimeters and a case thickness of 12 millimeters. These are canvas straps. It's a mix of canvas and leather, quite solid. The only problem I have with them is that the mechanism of fixing is screw only. So this, you can't lose this strap, because finding another one that will be fitted to the watch is quite impossible. So they are fitted with screws. It has this curved shape in the back, as you can see. Of course, the engraving of Calvin Klein. So the straps are what amazes me about this watch. It's quite a solid strap, but I think because I've had them for long, they have started running out. I'm afraid I'll not be able to get new ones. So I've been keeping this watch at bay. I've not really been wearing it because I don't want the straps to run out, because I have no idea where I'll get more watches. Of course, it's a pin buckle style of locking, as you can see. So it's not really a watch that I would say is expensive, but it's a bit stylish on your. I mean, again with the silver finish and the mix of black, and again the silver tone on the case. It has a crystal finish. The glass is quite solid actually, because this watch has had its share of faults and knocks here and there, but not really any damage to the glass. So this is another one in the collection, as you can see. As I move on to the last one in this week's review. So the last one is this Swiss military Hannover watch. Just remove it. So this has a case diameter of 42 millimeters and a case thickness of around 11 millimeters. So it is a chronograph. It has this mix of colors again, mix of cream, orange here and there, red here and there, and of course, you know, the Swiss flag is here. So it just shows you the solidness of the watch. It is quite a solid watch, even the locking mechanism. The clasp, solid locking clasp. It has a water resistance of 10 bars, and then the movement is quartz. So the small subdial here is what represents the secondary movement of the watch. The chronograph is at the top. The chronograph is just normal quartz movement. It also gives you time to enjoy the chronograph. It has both the micro and the second on top. So it's a fun watch, I would say. It's a stylish watch. Would have an official or formal wear with it, weekend wear, any other type. It suits the occasion. That's why I chose to include it in today's review. So these are watches that I really don't feel that they are appreciated, especially the models that I've reviewed, especially because they are not common watches, but they offer much more than just being watches. They are kind of a mix of class, style here, fun here and there. So this will end today's review, but as tradition of this channel is that we have to show what we are wearing for the day. So let me show you. So today I had this classic vintage Seiko, as you can see. A very, very beautiful watch, a very proper beautiful watch. It's golden, a simple display. So this is the model number H557-5. So this watch is a bit also complicated, but I'll redo an individual review later, because it has two buttons here that I used one for the traditional light. You can see for the traditional light to see the time, because it has a both digital and analog display of telling the time. Of course, to set the normal analog movement, the crown is here. You pull it twice to be able to set the watch. But again, this button here now also helps the crown in terms of setting the digital time here. So it's a complicated one. This will also be reviewed individually in another video. But this ends this week's review. Thank you for watching, especially our last video had very good interactions. For our new subscribers, welcome to the channel. We'll be updating longer videos weekly, and the short videos will be coming to you daily, although the last 3 days, because of other engagements, I've not been able to put out short videos. But believe you me, I'm striving to be consistent, especially on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.